Having irritated, watery, and red eyes is a huge problem for millions of people. But did you know that your sleep, or lack of sleep, could be playing a role? We're going to talk a little bit about that. A recent study from Ningbo, China delved into the connection between sleep disorders and dry eye disease. Here are a few of the findings from that study. Over an 8-year period, those diagnosed with sleep disorders had a significantly higher incidence of dry eye disease, over 50%, compared to just about 16% for those who didn't have sleep disorders. And this is even after controlling for known risk factors for dry eye disease. Things like age and gender, systemic diseases like hypertension and diabetes, things that we know cause dry eye disease. Controlling for that, they still found that if you have a sleep disorder, you are much more likely to have dry eye disease. So then what does this mean for you? Well, if you have irritated, red, watery eyes, then prioritizing your sleep is probably a step in the right direction. Here are a few tips for you to remember. First, try to set a schedule for yourself that you stick to, with when you generally go to bed and when you wake up. Having that will allow your body to set the internal clock so that you'll have better quality sleep. Second, try to avoid blue light exposure prior to bed. That blue light triggers certain cells in your retina that actually aren't responsible for sight at all. They send signals directly to a gland called the pineal gland, and that secretes melatonin. That helps to regulate your sleep cycles. And so if before bed you're sending all those signals to your brain that it's daytime, that's going to mess up your sleep cycles and you'll have less time in high quality REM sleep. Most devices have settings on them, phones and computers, that can even automatically turn on to block that blue light, and there are also different glasses. It might be best of all, though, just to avoid those devices and do something that will help you to wind down and get ready to sleep. And finally, try to find ways to manage your stress effectively. Some people will meditate or do deep breathing exercises in order to get better quality sleep. And along with that, try to make time to do cardiovascular exercise during the day. That'll help with stress, but it'll also help with your cardiovascular health, which we know is a risk factor for dry eye disease. So for those of you that are struggling with dry, irritated, or watery eyes, make sure you have good sleep in your treatment plan, along with the other things that you might be doing. And if you're looking for additional ways to treat your eyes, follow the link in the description below to our webpage. It goes over some additional treatments that you can do that could be helpful. If you have any questions about dry eyes or anything else with the eyes, then leave it in the comments section. I'll go over those, and in the future, I'll do additional videos.